Hi everyone, tomorrow is going to be a busy day for me. I have a PD day and lots of meetings scheduled, so I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do this. So hopefully you've taken a look at this really large news post and you've read through it. If not, here's a quick explanation of everything you just read. First of all, some general pointers about the labs. Really well done. Great job for your first lab, guys. Really, I was quite impressed. I can tell some of you have a good mastery of this content so far. For your hypothesis, I don't care if you're right or wrong. I care that you made an educated guess. If you got it right, excellent, tell me how you knew. If you got it wrong, no big deal, tell me what you learned about it. Okay, so never fret about matching your hypothesis to the summary. I know it's very tempting to go back and look at your results and then try and match them up. Don't worry about doing that ever. Your summary tables are really good. When you had to match the food samples, most people were able to do that through process of elimination. Some people had to go back and do some research in order to get that, which is fine. You would have noticed that the milk and the salmon were identical. So it didn't matter if you chose them as C or F. I took it in either spot. And again, that's my issue with that whole Benedict's test in this lab. It's kind of wonky. Just going through discussion questions. Write like I'm an idiot and I don't know anything, okay? But don't go on and on and on. Be concise about it. General points, the Lugol's iodine is an interesting one. I wanted you to do research there, obviously. So there is a coil formation that happens with the amylose molecule. The iodine goes right inside that coil, and that's how you get the black color. If you were to hydrolyze that, then you're showing me you understand hydrolysis means breaking down of a polymer into monomers. There's no coil, and so consequently you have nowhere, sorry, this keeps on freezing on me, you have nowhere for the molecule to go, and you don't get a positive result. So I was looking for that kind of detail on there. For the Benedict's test, I sort of have this little issue with the lab with that. It says that Benedict's is for monosaccharides, which it is for the most part. However, Benedict's will show a positive result for any reducing sugar, and lactose, even though it's a disaccharide, is a reducing sugar. So if you did a wet lab, which means just a real lab in class, and you did this test, you would get a positive result for simple sugars, as you should, because they're there. So I found it to be a little bit misleading, and I wanted you to kind of explore that error, if you will, on your own. Finally, conclusion, I need to see a very concise summary of your results. Exactly what you found in your data tables, for example. Some people went on and made some good connections after that, which is fine, but remember, just try and stay concise. And then I need a so what application, like what can you use this information for, what can you apply it to, and I'm looking for you to come up with 2 or 3 things that we can take this knowledge, this sort of test in this case, and apply them to real life. So to go back and find your feedback, I've given some instructions there. Oh, to back it up for that Lugol's, I gave you a link that actually illustrates how the iodine fits inside, which is really kind of neat. Take a second to look at it. Anyway, back to getting your information. So go to your Dropbox under Macromolecule Lab, and you'll see beside your name there's a little speech bubble. When you click on that, it brings you to a page, and all you can see is your own file. But if you scroll down, you'll see that I've dropped a couple files there too. One of them, if you submitted a PDF, will be with pink writing on it, my annotations on there. Forgive my writing. It's on an iPad. It's an imperfect system, and my writing is terrible in the first place. And in addition to that, you will get an audio file. That's me talking about your lab. I go through your lab and I say, hey, in this question you did this or that, and I like it, or you should have added that, and you'll know exactly where your marks came from. For those of you who left me references for your research, thank you. If you didn't do it in this lab, please remember to do it in the osmosis lab. Anytime you're looking something up, you gotta give me a reference for it, okay? If it's an informal situation, I'm even happy with just the URL and the website. In the case of the enzyme report, which is coming up at the end of next week, it absolutely has to be in APA format. And so that's me explaining all of that. If you have any questions about your lab or anything else about the osmosis lab that's due this Sunday, don't hesitate to ask me, right? That's why I'm here. So don't be shy. I couldn't find the answer to this. I'm really not sure. Fire it at me, and I'm usually pretty quick to respond, and I hope to hear from you if you have any issues at all. That's it for now. If I don't get a chance to get online tomorrow, I want you to have a great weekend.